Community pet. Community pet. I think you underestimate our charm.
You.
Don't you me. Why are you always viewing me?
Welcome to the Deadzone Podcast. Deadzone is the sci-fi tabletop miniature skirmish game from Mantic Games. And now, here are your hosts Rob Harper and Jack Fike. I am your announcer, William Randolph Wintergreen.
Welcome to the 52nd episode of Deadzone the Podcast for mid-March 2016. In this episode, we have the inimitable Community Pat. We don't have any pictures in this show, but if you want to see all the past ones, you can always go to deadzonegame.podbean.com, and you can go to youtube.com/c/Deadzone the Podcast for the video version of the show. And now on to the episode.
And welcome to the Deadzone Podcast. This is episode 52, and with me, as always, is Rob.
Yellow.
And our special guest that we teased last time. With us today is the always great, one of our favorite guests, Community Pat.
How you guys doing today?
Hey, Pat, how's it going?
I'm doing all right,
That's good.
And now, the Chop Shop with Community Pat.
You've been a busy boy.
Yeah, it's, Kings of War kind of took off, and no looking back since.
That's an understatement. Kind of took off.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Going from like 10-man tournaments to like 50-man tournaments.
Yeah, and it just... It's great. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm busier, but it's good, you know? Seeing a lot of people, meeting a lot of people at all the different conventions I have to go to now, so... It's a great time.
Yeah, I've been traveling a lot to different conventions.
Yeah, because the U.S. Masters has adopted, or I should say, most of the U.S. Masters adopted the Kings of War as their main thing, as their main tournament game. So I've been me and Ronnie been kind of hopping to the different qualifiers and just kind of showing some face and doing some kissing babies and handing out lollipops.
I know people keep saying how surprised they are to see the owner of the company and such good support, and it's a big difference from what they were used to before.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they were just kind of winging it, kind of putting together their own little deal. Kind of cutting their own little niche. So
yeah, it's good. It's good. Just keep it up, maintain the popularity, and I don't think you'll have a problem.
Yeah, well, and now that we got, we're through with, we're not through, but we did the bulk of Kings of War. We're going to move on to your favorite game.
Get some Deadzone going?
Yeah, starting next month.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great. You also had a birthday recently, so happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Jack, say happy birthday to the man.
He's an adult. Say happy birthday to children.
I thought you were going to sing. Aren't you going to sing to him?
I can.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm not going to. That's even more. Are you trying to degrade me? I'm a dancing clown. It's not a monkey for your amusement.
Yeah. That's why I keep you around, Jack.
That's true.
So we'll move on to Deadzone, and we'll talk about that. But we'll take a quick Mantic ad right here, and we'll get into it. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
You have been listening to the Deadzone Podcast with your hosts Jack Fike and Rob Harper. The Deadzone Podcast is dedicated to Deadzone, the tabletop miniature game by Mantic Games. Visit them at manticgames.com.
Hi, this is Pat, North American Community Manager for Mantic Games, and you are listening to Deadzone the Podcast.
And welcome back. That was a Mantic ad. Now we'll talk about the important stuff. Deadzone Redux, or just called Deadzone now, right?
Yeah, just Deadzone.
Not even 2.0. They didn't bother putting a 2.0 on it?
No.
That's all right. I think this is the way to play it now. So
they added a title, though, I think. It's now Skirmishes on a Forsaken World.
So it's like a subtitle. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. There's a scoop. We got a scoop first sentence.
Very nice.
I do have the cover for the book, and it looks really good.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, we've seen it in that one long shot where they showed the whole board and then the book on the side.
Yeah.
Like the mock-up they did. So that's as good as we get, but that's cool. And actually, I think the person who drew the book on Twitter actually showed it off too. But without doesn't have all the titles and stuff. It's just the picture.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's what is it, an Enforcer and a Forge Father, I think, on the cover?
Yeah, it's an Enforcer, and then you got the Assault one coming down from the top. You got a couple Forge Fathers. And you got a Peacekeeper walking with the Riot Shield, just braving the fire from the Forge Father.
Pretty brave.
Yeah.
And it's pretty soon. It should be shipping, right?
Yeah, I think April's when the Kickstarters should be starting to come out.
Yeah, that's cool.
End of March, beginning of April, somewhere in there.
Yeah, by the time it ships, I'm sure people in England where it's shipping to will get them quicker, but by the time it gets to us in North America, it'll be April, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
That's still reasonably close enough to be excited about it. Looking forward to it, and hopefully getting some games in. Looking forward to not only the new models, but also now the game the way it's supposed to. This version, playing it, everyone on board. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have played a couple of the beta test games and everything, and and I've listened to your podcasts prior to all this, and with Coach and everything, and I actually like this version of the game. I mean, it plays much faster. It is definitely deadlier.
And it's so much easier to remember everything. Like, I remember before we'd always have to check the cheat sheets. We hardly ever check the cheat sheets anymore.
Yeah.
And this is a beta that we just started. And we've already just okay, we know how it goes. Because you don't have to remember, all the tripling and all that stuff that's gone. That was always so confusing. Okay, which one triples? Which one's only doubles? And
that it's kind of either you succeed or you don't,
Yeah, pretty much for most things, yep. And your club or whatever in Chicago there, you guys did a lot of the playtesting for it, right?
Yeah, actually we did. Me and JP and a whole bunch of things. I mean, JP did so much playtesting. If you look on the inside of the cover, he's on there twice.
Really?
Once as Jonathan Pelletis, and then the other time as John Pelletis.
Nice. He's his own brother. That's good.
I was reading that and I kind of laughed.
That's hilarious. But the playtesting, I think that really helped with this. And how did you find I'm sure you got to play quite a few games. How did you find it?
I found it to be really, really good. There were a lot of things that we were kind of, I don't want to say questioning, but we were kind of house ruling a bit. Everyone was house ruling some certain things, but we did love how fast it was. We did like how fast the different movements. We didn't miss the cards whatsoever. I thought I was going to miss the cards, but when we got through, maybe after game 2, I was like, yeah, we don't need the cards. Rolling the dice was a much better idea.
Yeah, especially for commands. Yeah.
Yeah. And, and then just, and kind of simplifying the armor helped a lot too,
Yeah.
With the AP and everything, just, either you have armor or you don't, everyone should be, unless you have armor, then you should have armor 1 or armor 2 instead of just like everyone has armor 1 and then the more heavily armored guys are armor 2 or armor 3.
Yeah.
It was too much tracking of, did this weapon have AP or not,
And just the also the whole stat line thing where that cleaned up a lot. Like I say with the move and keeping it all together.
You can put your whole army on one sheet now. You don't have to worry about the cards. The one thing that we did realize with the cards is that when we were playing our campaigns, the cards became kind of obsolete because as your guys improved, then they were nowhere near the card.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, for sure. You'd have to do that anyway, so you're already changing your stats if you're doing campaigns.
Yeah. So I think the simplified stat line, the increased movement, so there's no more what was it, fast?
Yeah, faster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
or
just
slow.
Now, it's just now incorporated into your stat line.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. And what else did we? Oh, the command dice, of course, is such an improvement.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun. You know?
Anybody who complains about not having the cards, they haven't played it because it's so much better. Stat cards are stat cards. You can always make your own stat cards or use the old ones and just modify them or whatever. But
and
some people like to have the cards in front of them. But
yeah, I mean the cards are nice to have, but I'm not missing them when I play the game. That's for sure.
No. So much cleaner around the table. That was always Jack's big bugaboo.
I was a proponent of getting rid of the cards. I know there's some people who, I'm going to miss them, or, that was one of the first things I said, get rid of them. They serve a purpose, I suppose, as the beginner, like a entry level, like the basic game, so you can, constantly referencing it. It has more of a board game feel than, say, a war game feel. I could see, gateway some people in, but for people who play and people who are accustomed to it, get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I was on that boat when I first started. I was like, well, I can't believe we're getting rid of the cards. I love the cards, and then I grew to not miss the cards. It was like a bad ex-girlfriend.
Oh. As for the campaigns, we've been known not to do campaigns. And we also talked to Coach, who hasn't done a campaign yet. But have you guys started a new campaign, or
we have not
about it?
Started a new campaign? We were going to wait for the new rules to come out, and then we were going to go
officially.
Yeah, I mean, as far as our group is concerned, we just finished up a Dreadball League, so we're kind of in flux as to what we're going to do next.
Yeah, because there's a lot of options, that's for sure.
Yeah, that there's the new campaign book for Kings of War, but I think we're holding out for Deadzone. I'll be honest with you, because.
Take a little break and then jump in.
Yeah, I mean, because prior to the Dreadball, we were just finishing up the Kings of War campaign anyway, so I think mixing it up would be nice. I mean, we were also playtesting the Warpath stuff too, so.
Yep, that's cool. And for the Warpath, you guys playtest that, and have you played the Firefight yet?
Have not played the Firefight yet.
Yeah, we haven't either. I haven't even read the rules for Firefight yet. It's kind of funny. Everybody's waiting for it, but we haven't tried it yet.
I actually like the Warpath rules, so I'm going in kind of pre-biased.
Yeah, you'd rather just play Warpath instead of Firefight?
I think so. Yeah.
Warpath seems to me much more like Kings of War, where you don't have to worry about, you can build your guys up, you don't have to worry about pulling guys off, and much simpler.
Yeah, you're just losing stands and stuff like that. And it looks cooler, in my opinion, on the board when you have all those guys. You just have a horde of orcs on one side of the board staring you down.
Yeah. For the as for back to Deadzone, have you seen? They keep talking about there's going to be for the infestation. There's going to be a separate campaign book. Have you seen anything about that yet?
I haven't.
No, nobody's seen anything about that, so they're keeping that under the wraps.
They're keeping that pretty tight up there, so...
that'll be exciting when that comes out.
I think so, too. I mean, because, you guys, like you said, you guys haven't played very many campaigns, but I think that's because it's just the two of you for the most part, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the campaigns are awesome, especially if you have a decent group.
Yeah. And even if it's anything like the Destiny of Kings, that you could play 2 players in Destiny of Kings for Kings of War. Like that campaign seems you don't need a bunch of people.
No, I mean I think in Contagion was the same way.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be like that, so we can get into it and play some games.
Yeah, you can name your guys because your guys always perform better when they have a name.
You got to name them for sure.
Well, yeah, because then you can drop to your knees when someone dies. Not Bill.
Sure, that goes over well at the table.
Yeah, well, it gets people looking over and interested in the game, that's for sure.
That guy.
Like, why is he on his knees? Why is he crying?
No.
Why is he cradling that little model?
Weeping.
No. But yeah. That's cool. But we are looking forward to it. And did you get to see any of the models in the flesh yet? Have they sent you any previews?
Of the new Deadzone stuff?
Yeah.
The only thing I've gotten so far is the new Forge Sparta kits.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been kind of chomping at the bit. I've been kind of putting sad faces in all my emails about not getting a skyscraper.
Oh, you never got one yet?
Not yet.
That's the one model that we see that kind of piques interest. It's just funny enough, but still looks, it feels mantic. It's not too cartoony, but it's definitely different. You can see that. We both kind of like that one. For a Marauder model, that's one we kind of do like.
Yeah, I think it's a great model. I'm looking forward to getting all painted up and put into my my strike team.
Yeah. And as for the models you've seen, is that one of your favorites, or is there something else that piques your interest?
Those Enforcers are really nice. The ones with the big giant riot shields, the Peacekeepers.
Yeah, I love the Peacekeepers.
Yeah, I put together a couple of those, just to paint up and real nice. I haven't got the jet bikes yet. I was hoping I'd get a jet bike.
Yeah, that is definitely high on my list of wants. And what about that Ogre? I like the Ogre Terminator too. He's cool.
Oh yeah. I haven't gotten him yet either.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. I also have some vermin.
Oh, you actually have some vermin on you, eh?
Yeah, I had some stalkers and I got some crawlers.
Oh, that's cool. We haven't definitely not seen those in the flesh. That's something we're interested in.
I got some test sprues of those, and I put them together. And
all hard plastic?
All hard plastic. We had them put together, painted up, and I had them at the Las Vegas Open for show.
Cool. You like the way they go together?
I do. They look really, really good, and then because they're hard plastic, you can do a little bit more positioning and make them look a little more dynamic. So, we have one kind of crawling really low on the ground, like a rat with his gun kind of sticking out. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think we'll have some fun with doing stuff with those.
I think so.
Soon.
Yeah, we're excited. And yeah, is there anything else, Jack, you can think of
for just the modeling in general,
or Dead Zone questions?
No, I think we've covered it. We've been doing a lot of talk about Dead Zone Redux and house ruling and whatever. And like I said before, it's time. We need it in our hands, and once we have the rules, then maybe we'll do some campaigns. We will see if they're going to release some scenarios every once in a while we can try. But we just got to get the official copy now.
Sure. How do you guys feel about the new army composition way for it?
That's one thing that's getting taken. You mean like building your strike teams?
Yeah.
That's taking a little time to get used to, especially the way the betas were laid out. It was very hard to. It didn't seem to flow. It didn't seem to be able to really. It wasn't enjoyable to make a strike team like it was before. It was a little more finicky and a little more difficult to kind of. Just from the sample pages we saw, everything seems to be laid out better. It seems to be, and I'm hoping that A, I'll get more used to it, and B, it'll be a little easier to navigate.
I think it will be. The flowchart is pretty self-explanatory now. So one of the big changes is that you can only have one leader now.
Yes, that Jack was upset about that a bit.
Yeah, I did. I liked to have multiple leaders. I know it hurt the VPs for if. It put more VPs on the board that I could lose, but I liked the extra command dice. That I'm not going to say I'm crushed, but I was always putting two different types of leaders into my armies to try.
I mean, I think I get it with the way the special power works now.
Yes.
So it limits you to deciding which special power you want with which leader.
And I bet there's people putting all leaders in their group so that they could get tons of command dice, and it was just probably manipulating the rules a bit too much, where they just easier just limit to one. Makes more sense. Why would you have multiple leaders in a strike team? But it's kind of Yeah, I never put more than one leader, so I didn't miss it, but I know Jack had more of an issue with it than I did.
I think I used maybe two. I think I used the Warlord and then the Marauder Captain.
And I would use a Stage 3 General and a Type 1A, and the two of them together seemed to be, it wasn't top heavy or anything like that. It still allowed me to make a strike team that worked. But you're right with the splat dice being what it is. You have to decide what theme you have in your strike team, and in both of our cases, you'd have 2 different leaders, 2 different splats. So,
did they have the special powers in the beta? Do you remember?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Some
had
of them. They changed. Some of them changed over time.
What was the plague ones? I can't remember.
There wasn't the mutant one. Wasn't in the beta. The one that they
No,
that was maybe in the last beta, I think, but not the one we played most. Yeah,
it was the zombie one where you.
Yeah, zombie one was in it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's the 3A special power.
Yeah.
And I think one of the betas we played, it was actually the Type 1A. It started out that he was the one that was making mutants, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was different, anyways.
Or not making mutants. Making zombies.
I'll give you a little spoiler alert. So for the Stage 1A, it's mutation, and then when you use a special army result, you can give a model random mutation for the rest of the round.
Yeah, those are cool. That'll be much more interesting.
Yeah,
they released that in the last beta, I think, that one.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
we got a preview of it.
I might have to use the Commando Captain more often now because I really like his special power.
Yeah, doesn't he get all the commandos get something, right?
No, it's changed. He's got tactical genius now, so I can spend an enemy's special result, for one of my models.
Cool.
Yeah, so
another one of those sneaky ones.
Yeah, so I can use your command splat to move, shoot, or fight one of my models.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the Asterian.
Yeah, the Asterian's like that too, isn't he? Yeah. Creatures we'll never use.
We will.
We do have a friend who likes the green skins, so I'm sure if we actually get him to play once in a while, we'll be seeing that used against us.
Well, that's good. But yeah, as for Deadzone, we're just waiting. Just a waiting game. Anytime I get an email from Rob in the next 2 weeks, I'll be like, okay, this is it. It's in his greasy little hands. The postal carrier in his dapper little outfit has handed it over, and Rob has now soiled himself with anticipation.
Is all your stuff going to his house then?
Jack just steals my stuff. It's all good.
Oh, is that
he
what
buys
it is?
It all. I don't.
Jack gets the leftovers.
Nice.
Basically.
That's why I ended up
pretty much the plague. He chose the plague. Right off the bat, he chose the plague.
Nice.
Because he knew that I wanted the enforcers, so that was automatically out. But I think now Jack's leaning towards Corporation. Have you heard any word about if Corporation will eventually come to Deadzone?
It will, I think.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that and who am I thinking of?
Some other race?
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's with
top secret.
That's right. Can't remember.
I might have spoke too prematurely.
But the
well, it's just we're all friends here, Pat. Like just
we're not recording or anything.
Don't hold back. Just let it all out.
So
yeah, he's not Ronnie.
Yeah, I get a little more resolve. At least the weight unplied with a little bit of booze.
That's right. We have to get together sometime. Next year's Adepticon, I think we're really planning on getting there.
It's time to enter the Strike Zone.
The Strike Zone podcast is the ultimate guide to the miniature sports game, Dreadball. From the ringside seats of an underground Dreadball Extreme match to the glitz and glamour of Dreadball Classic, the Strike Zone strives to bring you the latest and greatest Dreadball has to offer. I am your host, Adam, aka Mr. Voxman, and you can find out more at warmoreradio.com.
Welcome back to the Deadzone Podcast.
We have to get together sometime. Next year's Adepticon, I think we're really planning on getting there.
Yeah, we had talked about that.
This year, it's hard, but next year for sure.
Yeah. You going to train it this time?
Yeah, we might. Take the train down.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions that would need to be answered. Rob asked me, he says, "Hey, would you take the train down to Chicago?" And I was like, "Well, there's a lot of questions, and he wasn't able to give some adequate answers in the time frame. So
I'm sure Pat would help us get from the train station up to Schoenberg. So
Oh
it
yeah,
can't be that hard.
yeah. It's not. I mean, if anything, I don't know. Once you get to the city, then it's real easy after that.
Yeah. Next year, 2017, we hope to get everybody together. By then, we'll be prepared.
Yeah, and then things will be bigger. We'll have Deadzone. Yeah, I mean, we should have Warpath by then. So our Adepticon event should be huge.
It's going to be pretty big this year, but
Yeah, so we can talk a little about Adepticon. So this year we have the team tournaments going on for Kings of War. We're going to have our Dreadball finals on Friday, and then the Clash of Kings championship on Saturday. It's a 2-day event now, 6 games, Saturday, Sunday.
yeah, it's getting big.
Yeah. And then, of course, you're going to miss out on Mantic Open Night again this year.
I know. That's the thing I really miss. That was a lot of fun last year.
So
We'll have to live vicariously.
Yeah, we're selling tickets this time directly through the Mantic website. You're gonna get a really cool swag bag when you go. It's gonna be over $50 worth of free stuff in there.
Could we buy tickets and have you send it to us?
Quite possibly,
There you go. Don't tell people that. You'll get tons of people trying to buy them, and you don't want to pay for that shipping.
No. Well, then you guys. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Canada, but you guys are however it's being sent. You guys are getting hit with a lot of tariffs.
Oh yeah, it's taxes. It's all taxes.
Is that something new?
No, we've always had that.
Okay. I mean, it seemed like new to me because all of a sudden someone's like, "Hey, why am I paying this tariff?" Well, I don't know why you're paying the tariff.
Yeah, it's just the way you send it, and sometimes they hit you, and sometimes they don't. Like if I order from Mantic directly, I never have to pay duties. But for some reason, the Kickstarter I always do. So I think it's by the size of the box. I swear to God, it doesn't matter how much something's worth. It's the size of the box. They're like, "Oh, that's big. It must be worth a lot of money." So they do to you.
It's all packing peanuts.
It is like I've never from Mantic UK. I've never had to pay duty, but that's just the way it is. I kind of just factor it into my price now. I'm just like, I know I'm going to pay another $30-$40 on duty. So, although Warpath, I'm sure it's going to be a lot more since I did go crazy.
Sure.
So.
Well, the good news is for Mantic Open Night is that you're going to at least still hear the Q&A with Ronnie because we're gonna tape that up again.
That was great. Yeah, you hear it on the Mantic North America. You guys going to come back and record some more? We
did. I think we just put one out in January, right?
Yeah, but it's now March.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to do the Q&A as the March that quarterly one. So
yeah, that's good.
And for this Mantic Open Night, are you going to make sure that Ronnie's there the whole time? You're going to try and arrange it so he doesn't.
This time, I told Ronnie if we're going to do this again. This was many months ago, and I said, "This time you're staying, Ronnie. You got to stay for the whole time this time." And so he's made arrangements to stay. So he's going to do the Q&A. We're going to door prize a personal demo with Ronnie for The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's cool.
That's one of the door prizes over there. We're going to have this year, instead of a big giant mech zone battle, we're having a giant Kings of War monster battle.
Oh,
of course, giant Kings of War mega battle. JP's going to be running some Deadzone demos with the new rules and everything.
That's good. Get it in there. Are you gonna have demos on the floor too during the normal show?
I think so.
Yeah, that'd be good to get people used to new rules. I think it'll attract a lot more people because it's so easy and quick.
Yeah, it's amazing how streamlined it got. I mean, I thought the game was fast before, but now it's ridiculously fast.
Yeah, yep, it's gonna be good. But
just general open gaming, you're gonna get this year we got the bar again. But we're gonna this time include two free drink tickets not free drink tickets, but two drink tickets with your admission price. So you're gonna get $50 worth of stuff. You're gonna get 2 drinks. Bar's gonna be there all night. Ronnie's gonna be there, so we're all gonna have a good time.
Pretty much same room as last time, like same size.
I think so. Yeah, I think we might actually be in the same room. So
that's cool.
That was a decent size. Because plenty of people showed up, but it was nice the way it was set up. Part of the room was already set up for the games, and the other for the Q&A and everything. It was a nice size for the people there. You might maybe a couple of years you won't be able to get away with something that small, but for now,
Yeah, well, hopefully in a couple of years it'll be a separate event in itself outside of Adepticon. At least that's my goal,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
to actually make it a Mantic Day in the States.
Yeah, and even that'd be something to travel to. Going to the England one, that's a bit far, but
Yeah.
US one, we might be able to swing that one.
Yeah, I mean, as we get bigger and hopefully, people show more interest in wanting to come and, play some games, get some free stuff, learn some things ahead of time, take some quote-unquote top-secret pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always great. Get some previews.
Yeah. And I feel like these open nights are a nice little get-together for the Mantic community because, the bulk of all the stuff happens in the UK, and
Yeah.
like you said, it's across the water, and so we try and do something for all our friends over here on this side of the water.
Well, the way that Kings of War is blowing up in the States, pretty soon you're going to have more Mantic fans in the US than you are in England, I think.
Well, fingers crossed, right?
Like, the tournaments now are already bigger in the US. Like, I think it's Kings of War is definitely bigger in the US than it is in England. And there's lots more people, I guess, too. But
it's true. I mean, but Texas is embraced Kings of War, and Texas is twice the size of England, I think.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Yeah. It's cool. And I wonder if all those new Kings of War people, some of them will get in on that Mantic Open Night. Be curious to see if it's more people this time.
Well, what did we have last year? We had about 30 people last year, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's
because there was a bunch of you at that mech zone. There was a bunch. We did two huge groups of.
It might have been more than 30 actually, because
the zombie games. There was a bunch of people on the mega battle table,
and
then there was people hanging around just chit chatting, and
it seemed to me like there was more than 30, but it was a nice sized group anyway.
It was a nice handful. It was definitely a nice handful, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's good. That'll be anybody who's going to Adepticon, definitely get tickets. And where was it again? They can go to the website?
Yeah, the Mantic web store, and just buy your ticket. You'll get confirmation. You'll be put on a list, and you just come show up with your picture ID.
Awesome. Yeah, that was the highlight of last year's Adepticon for sure.
Yeah, and then again this time Ronnie will be there for the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we'll also be doing some Walking Dead demos too. So one of the reprisals will be a personal one from Ronnie.
Yeah, that's cool. As for the actual Kings of War tournament there, I assume you're going to have way more tables than last year?
Yeah, I think we're at 50 for the big Clash of Kings. Our team tournament is at 20 teams, so that's 40 people right there.
Nice.
So...
What was it last year, like 15 people maybe?
It was 20?
20, yeah. So that's doubling in 1 year? That's pretty good. More than doubling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least, what I tell Ronnie, my goal is to, every time we do one of these clashes or anything, is to at least double the size of the year before. So, I mean, that's not too unattainable of a goal, and it still shows growth,
Well, I think it's going to take over for sure.
So, and then...
was it this year also? Isn't it another major tournament's the same day?
Yes, the Lone Star GT down in Texas is happening the same day.
So next year, if they're not on the same day, you'll probably get both groups. You can get all those people coming up too.
I think so too. I think having both on the same day kind of, I won't say hurt because that's too strong a word, but I think hindered the.
Well, it's not like they're in the same city or something. That's pretty far away. So
yeah, but a lot of people that are going to Lone Star chose to go there instead of Adepticon and vice versa.
Yeah, you got to make a choice for sure.
Yeah, and if they were spread apart, then those people that are going to one could have went to both if they so wanted to.
Yeah. Although nowadays, it's especially listening to Countercharge, it seems like every weekend there's another Kings of War tournament.
Yeah, they're popping up like wildfire. I mean, just the events pages themselves is super popular with Kings of War tournaments coming.
That's the way to go, and if we can get Deadzone like that, that'd be amazing.
It is time for a brief message from our friends at Iron Watch Magazine.
Do you like Mantic games? Do you want to read about your favorite games in a monthly magazine? Have we got the offer for you? Iron Watch Magazine. Iron Watch brings you the latest news, articles, and short stories taking place in the Mantic universe. Dreadball, Kings of War, Deadzone, Warpath. You want it? They got it. Ironwatch.wordpress.com. Get it now for the low, low price of free. You can't beat that at twice the price. That's ironwatch.wordpress.com.
Download now.
Once again, the Deadzone Podcast.
Just the events page himself is super popular with Kings of War tournaments coming.
That's the way to go, and if we can get Deadzone like that, that'd be amazing.
I think so. Yeah, we'll spearhead. Maybe you guys should start a Deadzone tournament.
Or it's Warpath too. Once that comes out, I think it's going to be huge.
I hope so. I think so too. I mean, if as long as we get the rules right, we're still testing out all the things. I mean, I'm digging the Warpath rules again. I haven't tried the Firefight ones yet. I need to give that a shot. Have you read the Firefight ones?
No, I haven't even read the rules. No.
Yeah. So
I've taken a gander. Like I told Rob about the Firefight, I wanted to see if I could, at a glance, like I didn't pour over them. I wasn't scholarly about it, but I wanted to see what made it different from the from Deadzone, and what it was, the flavor, I don't know if it's for us. I think if we were to drift away from Deadzone, we would go full Warpath. But you never know. We got the same models. You might as well try it.
Yeah, I mean, and the way we're designing it is that your strike team, in a sense, it could be 2 or 3 or a unit in Warpath.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that idea. Where it's just build up from there. And now we just need a Dungeon Saga version for Deadzone 2, so in the Warpath universe.
I think that would be awesome. Or a Kings of War version, depending on which way you want to go.
Yeah, then a Kings of War version of Deadzone 2, yeah. Just one step above Dungeon Saga. But definitely like a I guess you could say it's like a Space Hulk kind of version of Deadzone. Well, you could play Deadzone like that already. That's the difference, though. You can play Deadzone with one model if you wanted to. One model versus a bunch of Plague. So
that'd be a short game, but
well, maybe you might have to pump up his hit points a bit so he doesn't die so quick.
Well, we have done interior games like modeled so that you were interior and changed some of the rules and gave kind of scenarios. And it works like that with as the rules stand. Just having symmetrical teams, with the points and stuff, it's fun for pickup games. But every once in a while, you can shake it up. You can make your own Space Hulk type situation.
Yeah, I think we've done that here, and one of the rules that I like to implement is a fog of war. You're simulating a dark derelict building or / spaceship. So you're only seeing 3 cubes.
Oh,
if you equip yourself with something, maybe see 4 or 5.
And you just flip over tiles or something to show. You need tiles for that kind of thing.
Yeah, or you just build it out, but then you can't see where the next enemy is. And if you're working a Space Hulk, we use little counters so you can see approximate where they're at. You don't know how many models are there or whatever.
That's a good idea. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
So.
And co-op rules. Do you know if the AI decks from the first Deadzone will be working in Deadzone Redux?
I don't think so, but don't quote me on that. I mean, the AI decks were very, very kind of generic.
Yeah.
So it would take maybe just a minute amount of tweaking.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Just change a few things.
Yeah, because it was based on type of model, in a sense, like if it was a troop, it would respond this way. And that hasn't really changed either. Leaders, troops, specialists, and all that other thing. Mm-hmm. I think what we got rid of is, no, it was just leaders, troops, and specialists all we ever had, right?
There was something else, but it was the same thing as a specialist, so I can't remember what it is now. But
Tactician?
No. What was it, Jack? Do you remember? We've just forgotten the original Deadzone.
It's been a long time. We've had the betas for quite some time, and I don't remember. Leader, specialist, troop,
vehicle, and
Yeah, there was another name for it. It was like a type of specialist, but I can't remember what it is now.
yeah.
It's it makes more sense just to call them all specialists. Anything who's not a troop is a specialist. That's a good.
Yeah.
Idea. Or a
So I
character,
mean,
guess.
in that sense, the air deck could work with just minor amount of tweaking.
Yeah.
because we did
It's
have
not-
one of our listeners did ask us what we thought if that was a possibility, and we basically said the same thing, that it was a pretty generic setup in the deck, and it probably could work, but no guarantees.
Yeah, Overwatch is gone, so we don't have to.
Yeah, that would
probably
change
get rid of that.
slightly. Yeah.
Um,
And Blaze Away is called something different now, so
it's is it Way to Fire or Fire for Effect?
suppression or fire for effect
Fire for
or
effect.
suppression.
Yeah,
Matter
I mean,
which model has it.
I remember the uproar about losing suppressive fire when you didn't really lose suppressive fire. It was just incorporated into whatever weapon it could have it with
Yeah.
Fire for Effect. Yeah.
Oh well, people complain.
Yeah. If they had just read, they would have seen it was there.
Well, that's a lot of people who are like, oh, I can't believe they're getting rid of the cards and all this. I'm like, obviously you haven't played the game. If you're complaining about the cards being gone, you haven't played the game because it's so much better without them.
Yeah, definitely.
And lastly, he had that whole Walking Dead Kickstarter. How'd that go for you guys?
It went good. I mean, I think I expected a little bit more, but for the most part, we're funded way over that we normally did. We opened a lot of stretch goals. The game's going to get made fairly quickly. The retail value is relatively low, so getting into it, if you miss the Kickstarter, is not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You just won't get all the freebie stuff that came with it, which was quite a lot of things. It was quite worth more than what the pledge level was. I think what the pledge level was 125.
Yeah, it's the normal.
Yeah, so I think
spot. Yeah.
with all the stuff there, it was almost 250 worth of stuff.
Well, we didn't get in on the Walking Dead. Well, I don't know, Rob. I don't want to
No,
speak
we
for
didn't
both
get
of
on
us.
the Walking Dead. No, we didn't do this one. I think it's the first Mantic one that we haven't gotten in on.
That's what I was going to say. But Infestation is just on its way. Warpath, Rob broke the bank, so he's shaking his candy ass out on the corner now, trying to drum up the cash, because this one had to slip through our fingers. So
Sure, I mean, and it's not like it's gonna, when it comes out in retail, that you couldn't get it, and it's gonna be affordable. We're looking at a $49.99 retail MSRP. So that's still comparable to every other board game out there as far as cost and stuff is, and you're gonna get a lot of good models in there. You're gonna get 10, 12 zombies, I think it is, Rick and Carl, and a band of scavengers.
And zombies. We get enough zombies in Deadzone. We don't need more zombies.
Well, these are like modern day zombies, not
I know,
sci-fi
and
zombies.
they're really nice looking zombies too.
Yeah, the best thing about it is that for the most part, most of those zombies are actually sculpts from the comic book.
Yeah, like direct, like taking a picture and then changing into a sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I played the game several times now, and it's a fun little game.
I saw the demo I think they did on Beast of War, and I was like, as I was watching, I was like, must resist, because it looked like so much fun. It looked like amazingly fun game. I was
Just those zombies chasing you around. You got to decide whether you want to use your gun or you want to hit someone in the head with a bat.
And how they react, and they go to certain ways, and you can trick them to go against your enemy, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. I'd definitely love to see how other people are playing it and how they're liking it.
Yeah, it's always good to get another game in there too just to get people in, because that's definitely a gateway kind of game where you get people who just like The Walking Dead. And
I think with Dungeon Saga and with The Walking Dead, we might be able to bring in a little more board gamers in there.
Yep, and you get those kind of people who are just like, oh, well, look at those miniatures. That'd be fun. They try painting and they realize how much fun it is, and yeah, then they go to the next step, which is one of the other games.
Mm-hmm. Which probably be Deadzone.
Yeah,
because it's the next game with a low model count.
Yeah, Kings of War would be a big step from
from
Dungeon Saga to Kings of War. That's what they needed a skirmish game in between, because for fantasy, it's a big step to go to Kings of War. That's a lot of models you got to get.
It is. It definitely is. That's for sure. I mean, and I think that's if you're not a miniature player, that's kind of a daunting set. You're like, oh, I gotta get all that. Yes.
And just putting it together, even if you're not going to paint it, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of it, but.
Oh, I agree. I'm more on the hobby side of wargaming than I am wargaming because I'm horrible when it comes to winning.
Yeah.
But I do love to paint. I do love to put those things together and pose them.
Yeah. Me too. So, I think we've covered most things. Is there anything else we haven't covered, Pat?
No. I think we talked a little bit of Deadzone, a little bit of Mantic Night, a little bit of Walking Dead.
And people should definitely... Do you have something big planned for the booth like last year? The big display boards and stuff? Do you have anything going this year?
I think it's going to be all Deadzone stuff.
Oh, yeah?
So we'll have to figure out. I don't think we have a big display this year.
Not like what was it last year, that big carrier thing?
An oil rig, I think it was.
Yeah, it was like a mobile carrier.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and then we also
you had the White
House.
Yeah, that was amazing, too.
So...
yeah, I bet your booth is probably too filled with other things right now.
Yeah, I think our plan this year was to actually use the space for product.
Yeah, and actually have product. You guys sold out pretty quick last year, most stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then Gen Con was the same way. Like, it's great to see, but then I'm also very sad when I have to say, yeah, sorry, we're out.
Yeah. You got to get the stuff in so people can steal it off your shelves.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't think Rob was able to even purchase an enforcer.
Yeah, Peacekeepers. I wanted Peacekeepers last year. And you guys sold them out.
Oh yeah, those things were like hotcakes, man.
Yeah. I do love my Peacekeepers.
I sneezed and they were gone. I was like, whoa, what happened to all those? And the Forge Riders were gone too, I think. Yeah,
that's right. Yep. Yeah, there wasn't much left. Even when we got there like the second day, and your shelves were pretty empty. We're like, wow.
Yeah. That's right. You guys came in on a Friday, huh?
Yeah, I think we came in late Friday night, like just as it was closing Friday. But it was good. It'll be sad to hear all the great stuff going on, not being able to be there this year, but next year for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to see you guys again.
And if there's a Mantic North America night or like a Mantic Day, North America, whatever you're going to call it, the first one will be there. That's a promise.
That would be awesome. Yeah, so hopefully, we keep hitting people with the Mantic Open Night, and then pretty soon we should have an open day.
Yeah, because that should be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time. I mean, even the 5-6 hours we ever have at Mantic Open Night, it's always a good time. Can you imagine a whole day?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was just much more time to relax. Like, we were so, intense of doing everything that it'd be great just to be able to hang out with people and talk to people and things like that.
Yeah.
But we'll keep mentioning it on the show until Adepticon. It's still a little bit of time, and we'll make sure everyone knows. Check out the Mantic store. Get your tickets for the Mantic night. We'll keep buzzing.
Definitely, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then we'll see what goes on. Hopefully, get some interesting stuff coming out of that Mantic Night's Q&A, because it's always great when we get Ronnie talking.
Yeah, and he sometimes he just doesn't know when to stop. But when you're the boss, you can do whatever you want, I suppose.
That's right. He's got nobody to answer to. That's great. Well, I think that's good, Pat. It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure coming on the show with you guys.
We got to do it more regularly.
Definitely, yeah, that's for sure.
Well, once Redux comes out, I'm sure I'll have a lot more questions, a lot more things to talk about, new releases and such.
Yeah.
And, that's been a Deadzone podcast for late March. It's been a good one. Thanks to Pat, thanks to Jack, and we'll be back next time. Bye-bye.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Deadzone Podcast. I have been your announcer, William Randolph Wintergreen. Visit the website, deadzonegame.podbean.com. Email your hosts at deadzonepodcast@gmail.com. On Twitter, you can follow the show at Deadzone Podcast. The Deadzone Podcast is a production of Vinland Old Time Radio Productions.
Yeah, it's just, like I say, we have nothing against campaigns. It's kind of pointless to play a campaign, that kind of campaign. Like, narrative campaign's different, but like an actual organized play campaign with 2 people is useless.
No, I agree. I mean, if you don't have enough opponents to switch it up and around, then yeah.
Yeah.
The difference being a campaign in a scenario where one's a scenario that comes out, released on a website. Hey, this is, try this. And it's like, okay, fun. We'll do that. As opposed to keeping track of all the things. And it's just a pickup game, but now with more tallying for 2 people. I can imagine you get maybe 6, 10 people and you have different teams and you can watch different strike teams start to pull ahead or just really get if you start going, oh God, that guy's really just crushing it. And then next thing you know, hey, you're up. Uh-oh.
Yeah. You get heroic characters who, like, this last game, this guy played amazing and he got a little boost for being so cool and he gets, I like the idea that you can modify up your models and change things, and that's all neat stuff. But yeah,
I do love campaigns for that matter. So
it'd be fun to play in. I wouldn't want to have to organize it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that falls to me and John and the other guy in our campaigns. So I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, I actually like writing up campaigns anyway, so I'm in the process of trying to put together a narrative campaign for.
Yeah, you think you actually get the ideas and do a narrative reason behind the whole thing?
Yeah, well, I'm doing right now. I'm in the box planning stage. If A, then goes to here. B goes to here.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing, and then I'll flesh out the story once I get the tree built.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, that's a lot of work. You're a better man than I.
Yeah.
Well, it's not work if you're enjoying it. Then
it's true.
It's true. I mean, and that's the things I like to do. This is why I get stuck GMing a lot.
Yeah, it's like Coach was saying. Coach loves making lists. Where me and Jack were both like, that's like the most tedious thing we could do, but he just loves it. He'll just do it for fun.
Yeah, he just likes to. Joe's the same way. Joe, he just likes making army lists.
Yeah, so it's just what you like, right?
That's too much number crunching for me. Again, it's like Jack said. That's homework.
Yeah, we need a nice army builder.
At that point, you want to play the game, and you want to win, sure you want to be competitive, but sometimes you just want to throw something. I want to use this model because he's awesome. I just painted him. I want to throw him in, and you just want to get going. But some people will just sit at work and just let how many troops do I have in this? Because I got to make room for that. Just some people just love it. Me, I would paint and model and do all that stuff before even getting them on a board. I would just sit and just, the hobbying aspect there. And sure, I like to play, but that's a little bit for everyone.
Yeah. Yep. That's the best thing about miniature wargaming. It's got a little thing for everybody.
Exactly.
But one day when Mantic does release a app that does build strike teams for you, you get little pull down menus and press print. That'll be fantastic. I'll be thrilled when
somebody builds that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When that comes down the line.
We need somebody who knows how to program to do this kind of stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, I figure whoever, maybe the King is a War, Easy War guy will.
I know, that'd be awesome. He does the best.
Yeah. Something like that, so.
Yeah, Easy Army that is the best army builder ever. Everything's just done for you. Oh, why won't let me take this? Oh, it tells you at the top you don't have enough troops. Okay, it's great. Like that. That's exactly what you need. You don't have to think about it. You're just like, okay, it won't let me do it.
And it prints out, when it prints it out all the any abilities you have, all your items that you chose, all on a second page. So, like, if you're like, oh, what? I got 30 points, I'll throw that on there. And then mid-game, you're like, what was that stupid thing? Oh, there it is right there, right?
Yeah, what does this do again? I don't have to flip through the book. It's right on that sheet for you.
Such a fantastic. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah, we're going to have to get that guy to... Yeah, he's the man to do it.
Yeah.
Reach out. Beg.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he plays Deadzone or if it's just Kings of War he plays, or because they seem to update it all the time.
Yeah.
So
who knows? Again, you never know.
Yep.
We need to get you guys, well, other than Jack, but we need to get Rob a fake name too.
Fake name?
Well, yeah, no, because everyone calls Jack Jake, so I was thinking we call
yeah.
Oh,
Jake.
See that? Even is that? Oh, jeez.
It's gotten everywhere, Jack. You're a Jake now.
You're
Yeah,
Jake.
I wouldn't have thought that. I thought Community Pat was above that. That it hadn't reached to his. I
His
thought you would
lofty
have.
heights.
Yeah, that would be beneath you. No one would mention, oh, by the by. But
I see it all.
I guess so.
I got to keep my finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
It's like the CIA. I see it, but I don't. Maybe not make mention of it all the time.
Uh-oh. Hopefully he hasn't wiretapped any of our phones. We'd be in trouble.
We'll have to figure out something for Rob, though. I've been thinking about it. It's got to be close to Rob.
See, it's only Jake. We don't need
The thing is, Rob's the social media guru. He's so everyone knows Rob. They see him on Twitter. They see him on Facebook. They see him on Pinterest. They see him on
Pinterest.
on Gawker, whatever he's on. And then
Grindr.
And it's Grindr. And then for me, it's just like, and that other guy that that says some stuff too. So, and I can understand that.
Jack likes to be the guy who just comes in, gets paid, walks out the door, anonymous.
Yeah, he's the talent.
Oh.
I just come in, get paid.
That's
All
right.
right. Where's my latte?
That's not bad.
Green M&Ms only.
Yeah. Green and orange.
He's been called a diva before, so now
Just
he's moving into rock stardom with his. Did you happen to hear his Murder Birds and Bursters rendition?
I didn't get to that yet. I'm still finishing up the last podcast.
Oh, it's there. It's
queued up. It's right there. I think I got maybe about 10 more minutes left of 51, and then it'll be right in the Murder Birds and Bursters.
It's excellent.
I saw that it was 2 minutes. I was curious as to what it was. I didn't realize it was a song.
Yeah, it's Jack singing. Jack's a songsman.
That's gonna be awesome.
You're building it up.
Next time what I'll do is I'll get Kyle. I'll get my buddy Kyle who beatbox, and we'll get him to beatbox for you.
Oh, there you go. We're gonna get a whole band going.
You have been listening to the Deadzone Podcast. And now, a word from the fine folks at Vinland Old Time Radio.
Vinland Old Time Radio.
It is to laugh.
Ahoy there, Dirigible. Help a fellow Empire citizen out with you.
It's a gavel, a haunted gavel.
Have you read The King in Yellow?
Hello, William.
I made the koala burgers.
So, what's new?
Are you insane?
That better be a rhetorical question. And yes.
For far too long.
I once knew a Spaniard in Tarragona who spoke in gibberish like you.
Up, and escape!
That was terrible.
I should be a god, and instead I'm stuck down here like a worm.
She would tell me such wonderful stories.
Dr. Deja Vu will return.
Africa's a continent?
It's with great protest.
Sorry, Judgy Pudding.
Ooh,